So Metalsearch is an ASX-listed junior exploration company. We were previously known as Laconia Resources. The name was changed in late December. The name change was mainly due to a change of focus from exploring in South America to exploring in southern Botswana, as well as a change in management team. Our ASX code is MSE. We have 266 million shares on issue. Market cap of, well, actually today that's probably a little bit lower, just below 9 million, about $1 million cash at the end of 2017. Our top 20 shareholders own 40% of the company, and management owns about 8%. We have a really experienced board and senior management in terms of running very small junior exploration companies, as well as operating in Botswana. Robert Downey, our chairman, is a corporate lawyer, has been a director of various ASX, TSX and AIM-listed companies. Neville Bassett is a company secretary, CFO, non-executive director for multiple ASX-listed companies. And Jeremy Reid, myself and Fred all have lots of experience in junior exploration and also lots of experience in operating in Botswana. Jeremy Reid was the founding MD of Discovery Metals. I drilled the first 100 million tonnes of the Baseto project and discovered the Plutus deposit. And Fred, who is based in Gaborone, is our Botswanan country manager. He's seen 2 projects in Botswana go all the way from exploration through to mining. So, you know, we have the ability to operate in Botswana and the experience. Okay, the Krypan nickel, gold, nickel, copper PGM project consists of about 50 strike kilometres of Archean greenstone. Now, we think this is a really unique and exciting opportunity to explore a stretch of greenstone that's had very little exploration on it in the past, and it's only 45 kilometres along strike and in the same rocks as Calgold's 4 million ounce Calgold mining operation. It's been in operation since 1996. It produced about 100,000 ounces per annum and now produces about 50,000 ounces per annum. This terrain also contains the Calplats PGM project, which is about 6.5 million ounces of PGMs as well. So we also believe this terrain is highly prospective for platinum group elements as well as nickel copper mineralisation. We believe that this is a real opportunity to use the tried and tested techniques that we've developed in Western Australia for looking for exploring in greenstone terrains undercover that just have not been applied to these terrains in the past. Our exploration activities so far have provided almost 10-year-wide coverage of geochemical and geophysical survey data, and we've produced some very high quality, high priority anomalous exploration targets that we've just tested during our maiden drill program that was completed at the end of 2017. Now we know this terrain has gold in it. Back in the 90s, Reunion Mining drilled some exploration holes, did some rock chip soil geochemistry. Some of the rock chips, 36 grams, 10 grams, 7 grams. Out of the 224 rock chip samples, over 20% of those rock chip samples were higher than 1 gram. Now, the actual exploration, the exploration that was completed by Reunion was only completed within that yellow square box there. So only about a 10-kilometre stretch of the entire 50 kilometres of this greenstone terrain. So, you know, that's another 40-kilometre stretch of greenstones along strike of a 4 million ounce gold mine that has not seen any significant exploration. Now, if this tenure was in WA, 10 companies would have pin-cushioned this area with drilling, but in Botswana and under some very shallow Kalahari cover, it hasn't seen any exploration work, hardly any exploration work so far. Part of the, when we first did the deal for this tenure, which was only about 7 months ago now, we also acquired 14,000 soil samples that were collected by a previous explorer but were never assayed. So this was a massive head start for our company. So very soon after doing this deal, we were able to send the soil samples to Intertek and use their proprietary analysis technique called TerraLeach. And very quickly we were able to define some soil geochem anomalies. And then we also used some historic electromagnetic surveys, aeromagnetics, to define our highest priority drill targets. We completed our maiden drill program in November and December of last year. It finished on the 23rd of December, just before Christmas. We completed 4 diamond holes into the high priority EM targets, and we drilled 32 RC holes into our gold geochem targets. The diamond drilling results, all 4 of the diamond drill holes intersected semi-massive to disseminated sulfides at roughly the modelled EM plate depths. The sulfides were pyrrhotite, pyrite, with traces of chalcopyrite, and they were within the magnetite-rich Cripan rock. So the rocks that we were expecting that they were in, and they were also associated with highly magnetic gabbroic mafic intrusions. And the sulfides that we intersected appear to be of a similar style to the historic gold-rich intersections that were encountered by the work by Reunion to the south of the south of this area. We also completed, as I said, 32 RC holes, and they were into kilometre scale anomalous gold zones. Several of those RC holes intersected significant quartz veining associated alteration, plus and minus sulfides. Assays for all of our drilling is expected within the next couple of weeks. You can see in the pictures there, in the top, there's a 12 metre zone of chloride epidote, silica alteration with some coarse and fine grained pyrite. And then in the lower area, we intersected 20 to 40 metre zones of quartz veining along strike of a historic drill intersection that got 9 metres at 1.1 grams per tonne. So what are our future plans? Well, once those assays come in, obviously we want to follow up those results. We'd love to do more EM. This is a huge tenement area. There's lots of work that we want to do to follow up, and obviously these drill results are vital for us to be able to raise further money, and that will govern the amount of exploration we can do in the future. And we also have picked up some ground next to this area, increased our tenement package in this area, and we'd like to duplicate our exploration efforts that we've done on the Cripan project at our Cripan West project as well. So in summary, we believe this is a really unique opportunity to explore a large, very well endowed, highly prospective greenstone belt in Africa's premier mining destination, Botswana. You can't get a 50 kilometre strike length of greenstones anywhere in the world. You can't get that in WA, you can't get that in West Africa. The same terrain hosts the Calplats PGM, so we also believe it's very prospective for platinum group metals. Historic exploration was only done in outcropping areas, and there's obviously a large part of this terrain that remains unexplored. We created several highly prospective targets. Those targets have been drilled, and within the next 2 weeks we'll have drill results released to the market. So we see this as an opportunity which has strong parallels to what Gold Road was able to do in the Yamana greenstone belt, which was to go to a complete greenstone belt that had seen very little exploration in the past, and that was relatively ignored, and just use very simple first pass exploration techniques. Nothing complex here, just explore directly under the sand, and thank you very much.